up, Warriors? Joe Misfit Glenn here. Ooh, we got some folks up in here already. I like to see it. Who we got? Facebook user. Facebook. What's up, Nah? Welcome. IE. Facebook user. Welcome. Welcome. Boy, I ain't got much internet. I hope y'all can hear me okay. What's up, Jeremy? What's up? Facebook user. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Bryant? Welcome, my man. Welcome. Y'all ready to hear about how to make some good medicine edibles for yourself? I'll tell you what. All right, good. Now, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Edibles are a completely different way to have your medicine, man. It's a whole body feel if you guys are not familiar. I see you now, Amy. I see you. Yeah, Facebook user says you are coming up as Facebook. Yeah, Facebook user. I'm doing good, Jeremy. Doing real good, man. Been fighting some demons, but just like everybody else, man. You know. What's up, Joe? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you showing up. All right. Okay, guys. Well, shoot. Y'all just made my job a whole lot easier. I ain't got to wait for nothing. But we're going to go ahead and get after it. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about, what's up, Adam? That's not what we're going to talk about, but what's up, Adam and Aaron? Hey, I'm just trying to give you guys your kudos for showing up. I appreciate you all. I really do. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about making edibles and whatever that entails. And so obviously, first off, we need to have flour. Flour is where it all starts. And so, you know, through all of my videos and stuff and our process, we're all learning how to grow. Now let's learn how to take it even further than just smoking it. All right. All right. So first and foremost, guys, you got to have some flour. All right. So I got me some Granddaddy Urkel here, right? Maybe about 20 ounces, or I wish, maybe about 20 grams, right? What's up, Chris? Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about decarboxlating, right? Or decarboxlation, whatever. I just say decarbing because the name always gets me, all right? So basically what you're doing is you're taking all the trichomes and you're activating them for your body to absorb them. Without the decarbylation or the heat, you're just going to ingest them. You may get a mild sedation, but not the effects of what this cannabis can offer. All right. And so first and foremost, they have a whole bunch of numbers. 220 degrees is what I like to cook or decarbylate and cook my oils at. All right. So 220 degrees is a very low temperature, the lowest it can go. And so it's a very slow process, but you get all the cannabinoids, all the terpenes, nothing burns off. All right. Yes, Aaron, it transforms THCA to THC. So when in your cannabis, you have THCA. The moment you spark that sucker up, it turns to THC, and that's why you get your psychoactive effects with the THC. Now, I'm no scientist or anything, but I do know that part. All right. And so there's a whole bunch of science to the heat being added to this without a flame, right? And so we're going to do it slow so we can ingest it into our bodies and get an all over body high versus just a head, maybe shoulder high if you have some really good weed. Like the best tingly sensation I've gotten was mid chest on some flower that I've smoked. This will go down to your pinky toe and make you just love it. It's beautiful. All right. So got any questions on flower or anything like that yet? What's up, senior? Welcome. Okay. So let me think about what we want to do first. Okay, so we're just going to decarb some flour. Get yourself a jar, all right, a small mason jar, right? This is very important, folks. The middle piece with that rubber, keep it out. You don't want that in there. Get yourself some aluminum foil. Mold it to the top of your thing, right? That way you can keep the smell in the jar and not in your house, if that matters to you. All right? Then you put your lid right on it. Okay? So you have the aluminum foil, It's sealing it, but it's not sticking the lid to the mason jar. All right, so that's a key piece of information, folks. All right, so now okay, well, that's some extra shit, Joe. The CBGA is the first conversion. Yeah, man, that's some deep science stuff. Oh, that smells great. So check it out. Let me get my hygrometer out of there. All right, and so we're just gonna fill up a cup of wheat. All right. You can mound it up. I don't mind mounding it, right? You can even go a little bit more than that. That is 18 to 19 grams of weed. That weed is sitting at 53% relative humidity. And so that's about 7 to 8% moisture. That's just some technical bit of advice for weight, okay? So that's 18. Matter of fact, I'm gonna help you all out, and I'm gonna show you exactly what it is. I got my handy dandy scale, right? Put her down. And I can do this because it's a live, usually I have to think about time with a regular video. All right, I'm gonna tear it, tar, whatever you want to call it. Then we're gonna fill her up. All right. I don't know. Well, I wish y'all could see it. It's 19 grams on the money. Okay. 1 cup of weed, 19 grams. All right. So if you don't have a cup, just measure out 19 grams. All right. So give me 1 sec. Let me get my shit together and put all that back. Because I'm smoking this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that, yes, sir. That diesel smell, that gas smell, it will shut your eyes. Yes, I'm aware. Okay, so now we got our cup of weed, right? What you want to do is you want to grind it up, all right? You want to break up all your nugs, right? Get rid of your stems. They're not necessary, although you can leave them in there because they got some extra stuff on there. Anyway, cup of weed, 19 grams, 18 grams, whichever. You can go a little bit higher just for rounding purposes. Then you can either put it in the jar, put it all in the jar, ground up with your lid, right? And decarb it in 220 degrees for 1 hour. All right, you guys got your notepads? 220 degrees, 1 hour. Every 15 minutes, when it's going to be sitting like this, okay? You're going to have your paper, your washcloth wet, all right? You don't want it dry. You want it to be moist, wet, right? That's going to help with the heat distribution evenly. You're going to have a pan. You're going to lay your stuff there. And let me put the lid on this real quick. Okay. You're going to set it on its side just like that. Every 15 minutes, you're going to pick it up with a glove or something. You're going to shake it around, right? You're going to rotate it a quarter and put it down. Every 15 minutes, you're going to shake it up, rotate it a quarter, right? All the way up to the hour. Okay? And then now all your weed's decarbonated. You could literally put that in your mouth and get high, okay? And eat it. Sub Luke. And that's how easy it is to make cannabis edible for your body. But I like to go a little bit further. I'm going to teach you a couple different things. We can infuse it, or we can take this cannabis. Let's go, instead of infusing it in oil yet, I want to take this cannabis. I want to grind it up. And you can go get one of these, right? It's a pollen box, okay? So it has a lid, right? Then it has a second section, right? The bottom, this is a micro screen, right? That when you have this all together, you shake it, right? You have dry ice in here. You put dry ice in here with your ground up weed and you shake it. and then you turn it and you shake it, and you keep shaking it, maybe a minute's time. And then after that, you take this off and you scrape all the pollen off the bottom. You can see all the scratches in that light, right? This is what I collect all the pollen on. And matter of fact, I still got some in here. I cleaned it today, but I guess there's stuff in the cracks. But so you can grind it up, catch your pollen, dry sift, as Aaron Proctor just mentioned. Thank you for that. That's dry sift pollen. Now, what that is basically all this. It's just keef, man. It's exactly what you would smoke otherwise. This is actually red poison. She is gorgeous. She's red. The whole plant was too. Oh man, I just spit it everywhere. Wind. My bad. Yeah, Chris got to taste some brownies, and this is exactly how I made them. Anyway, red poison. And you can pick whatever strain you want, of course. You can take this keef, put it in this jar the same way you would do up the ground up weed. Do it the same way, right? 220 degrees, 1 hour. Now you can take this keef and literally spread it into any brownie mix, any cookie mix, anything. And it's way easier than doing all this with the flour. Because with the flour, you're going to get chunks in your brownies and cookies and stuff. That's like the 1960s, man. And a lot of people didn't like that taste, right? So that's why I came over that. However, if you decide to do this, we're going to go with infusing an oil, okay? The oil I use is extra virgin olive oil. The best oil, they say, is coconut oil. It's got the highest fat content. So all of the cannabinoids and stuff like that, they attach to fat molecules. Oils have fat, and so they attach to them. That's why we can ingest them and get really smashed. It's awesome. Yes, and I'll get right to that, Aaron. That's later on. I'll show you guys that setup too. But this is about being as simple as possible with none of these machines and stuff you can get from the store. I'll get to those in a minute, okay? All right, so we got any questions so far? Did I skip anything? Anybody have a question on something? No? Okay. So now we're going to take the olive oil. We're going to have a cup of oil, all right, and a cup of weed. After we have ground up our weed, and we have decarbonated it at 220 degrees for 1 hour, shaking it every 15 minutes and rotating it. We're going to take this, we're going to put it in 1 cup of oil in a canister, right? Or so you have your cup and then you have your weed. It's going to sit in there. Now, this is where it takes a little bit more time, a little bit of a slower process, but you can use it in a whole bunch of other things. So now you'd want yourself a little crock pot, right? I got one that's perfect for these little jars, right? You want to put like a little rag, okay, little washcloth in the bottom, because this will rattle around, and I've had these break before, and then all that oil gets out in the water, and yeah, you just lost everything. So you put that in there on top of a rag, right, with water probably up to here, just to at least cover the oil, and you turn it on high. On high, I put a rag over the top, and then I put the lid on, and that gets it right to about 220 degrees, almost perfect. And I let it go for 6 hours. 6 hours, y'all. All right? So 6 hours, maybe every hour I come in and I shake it around, stir it around, put her back in there, lightly, cover her back up. And I usually have a probe thermometer in there to keep my temperatures or make sure my temperatures are okay. All right? Any questions on that yet? A lot of information floating around, y'all. Yeah, man. I've messed up FICO a couple of times too, man. Any questions on decarbonating cannabis? It works for cannabis, keef. I actually assume it would work on hash. I've never decarbonated hash. Yes, and Joe says the oil is what helps the liver process the cannabinoids through the liver. And so it's just an all-around body feel because your liver gets to play with it. Um, I'm telling you, if you use cannabis for medicinal purposes, for muscle pains, spasms, muscle tightness, and all that stuff, edibles are the way to go. Like I said, you'll feel it in your toe, man. It's really great. No, I ain't Bill Nye. Shoot, I wish. That boy's smart. All right, no questions, huh? Okay, y'all. We're going to keep on moving along. Okay, so we got the keef decarbonated the same way, right? Y'all want to see some different keef? We got a whole bunch, man. I got keef for days. I don't waste anything, y'all, and I suggest you don't either. But I'm gonna be making some brownies soon. Matter of fact, all this stuff, Chris Cooney, Chris was mentioning make some more brownies for CannaCon. All of this stuff here, every bit of these. This is Girl Scout cookies. This is White Widow, Lemon OG Haze, Alaskan Purple, Red Poison, and Monster Skittles. I think I had some Mamma Mia. Anyway, I had a whole bunch. There's like 12 to 15 different strains in there. It was awesome. That's what he was talking about it. And I think there was 15 grams of it. So that would literally be 3.5 to 4 cups of weed, which made it, I think it was like 2.5 ounces of weed in one brownie batch. It was extra for sure. I didn't even mess with them. I knew better. Chris, did you get to eat any? Yeah, there you go. Pamela is like, yeah, those brownies were fire. Yeah, they were pretty serious too, man. And they were a vegan one too. I had never cooked any vegan stuff, but do you want to use sunflower less than? Let me check this out. Why, Joe? Oh man, no. Jeremy Fico is extra, dude, for like some serious shit. However, it's a nice little touch, like in between your serious doses, you feel? Yeah, man. Yeah, and so the oils, right? I wanted to mention that when you're making the oils, like brownie mixes, some of them require 2/3 of a cup. Those ones they're really good medicine, but they're a little bit more gooey. So that's why I went to the keef and decarbonated the keef, and literally I'll mix up the brownie mix and I'll sift the keef and make sure it's as fine as possible, and then mix it right in, just really good. Make sure it's all mixed in, like seriously mix it like for a minute, straight up stirring it really well, and you have a very good mix. That's why I went to keef when making my brownies and cookies. Oh, okay. So it helps with the blending compounds. Okay. Understood. So sunflower lecithin, Lecithin, whatever, dude. I'm high. Anyway, that word, it helps. There it is. Helps blending the compounds. Okay, good to know, man. Good to know. Hey, if y'all have anything to put in, man, help me out, dude. I'm no expert. Yeah, lecithin or something like that. Cool. All right. Yeah, I still learning some things, guys. So if you got some stuff, man, about edibles and you've been doing it, get after it, please, and thank you. But yes, guys, Amazon. Let me look. I looked up the thing on Amazon for these guys. Let me just get it out here and try to take. So here is a 100 micron mesh sifting screen, $39.99, right? Anyway, you go to Green Goddess Supply on Amazon, and they have everything that they have. They have all kinds of boxes for putting your weed in, sifting your pollen, everything, guys. Amazon's brilliant. And if you have Amazon Prime, it's even better. I get a lot of stuff shipped to me. Okay, good. Good to know, Joe. Good to know. Okay. So I got my weed put back together. Put my hygrometer back in there. Okay, so we talked about the oils. Anybody got any questions on how to cook the oil and get it nice and pretty up to put in any food that you want? Now, I have never made butters, guys, but let me show you what you need if you want to make butters and extra shit. So, I don't make gummy bears because I don't know how to make a gummy. If I knew how to make a gummy, I'm pretty sure that I would use a THC distillate or a cannabis distillate in a powder form that was water soluble. I know they make them. They do sell them at the stores, but that's not really good for the home grower, you know? I don't know. If anybody knows how to make the gummy bears and has a good recipe for all that shit, that would be fire. I love my gummies. I buy my gummies. Okay, Aaron. So you shared, is it in the in the reels or anything? I'll check it out. We might be able to post that up to the favorites or something. Okay, Joe. And Aaron, I'll be looking for that. Maybe we can create a little spot in up top the page where it has the information posts about recipes. We have a spot in there for recipes. I'd love to see that. Hell yeah. Okay. All right, so we got our jars. Remember the aluminum foil, folks. If you don't care about your weed smelling, just put it out on the tray. You can legit put it on the tray and put it in the oven just like that, and then grind it. You can do that. I've seen them do that too. There's no one set way, folks. Okay? No one set way. This is just my way. This is how I got after it. And I literally just learned offline. All right. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, man, repost it, dude, and we'll try to get somebody to put it in our thing where it's permanent. That'd be awesome, dude. All right. So this is the next thing. I know you've all seen some people. Don Hudson makes honey. They infuse a whole bunch of things. They make butter. It's endless, right? I have this magical butter thing here, right? You see it? I'm going to bring it out right now. I've never had it out of the box. I've had it for 2 years. It just sits here because I do my old school shit. But anyway, it comes with a cookbook. And in here, folks, it talks about everything. You can do Italian dressing. It tells you how to do that. All the ingredients, how to cook it up, everything, right? Make your own ketchup. Yeah, dude. Like, it has everything in here. You got slamming salsa, magical coconut oil, which is basically exactly how I just did it. Only this machine does it for you. Sticky wings. I mean, who wouldn't want some nice wings that'll get you nasty high? Anyway, guys, it has all the information in here. So I'm gonna pull it out real quick. It comes with all kinds of cool shit too, like legit. It has a glove and a bag, and I don't know what I'd use that for, but I'm sure somebody that uses it would be able to tell you. So anyway, this is the magical butter thing. You see all the buttons and shit. Literally, it says 1 hour for oil, 2 hours for butter, 4 for tinctures. Then it has an 8 hour and a blend and clean. Shit, folks. Oh, there it is. Anyway, 2-piece. Cool little setup. Like I said, I never used it. Someday. I don't know why I go spending money on shit I ain't going to use. But either way. So go out and get one of these. I never really looked up or don't remember how much I paid for it. Yeah. I'll just blame it on the TBI. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, folks, there's many things that you can do, right? Yeah, so Joe says he has one. I know that there's many people that have these magical butter things. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get right on Amazon and I'm gonna give you all a price real quick. Hold on. Magical butter machine. Go. Oh. Well, yeah, it seems to be $200, folks. 189. I don't remember paying that kind of money. Oh, here's one. There's an Ella Bella for 149. Um, oh shit, 229. Yeah. So anyway, I assume you can go way up if you want. Here you go. I don't know just how much it is, or I mean how much it'll do like this one, but that one says 67.92 for the Ella Max one. Anyway, uh, that is basically it as far as the simplest way to get yourself an edible. Any questions? Anything you guys want me to touch on? We can go into RSO or the FICO part, but I don't have any little things to hold up to show you. But I can talk you through it if you want to. Anybody? Might have Aaron up on here. He does it. Seems like he does it more. Okay, so Aaron's saying he's got an Ongrok brand, cheaper than Magical Butter, but same quality. Okay, good to know, man. Yeah, legit. Like I said, I bought that 2 years ago when it was a thing, and when I started making them. But I figured out that keef portion where I just put keef in anything and it works great. Green. I don't know what a green dragon is. I think that could have many purposes. I've heard they have some green dragon weed here in Oklahoma. It's a cannabis or a dispensary. Oh, really? A distiller, huh, Joe? Well, I ain't got that kind of money, man. Shoot. Levo C, okay. Got a deal last year on Black Friday. Yeah, I've heard about this. Oh, that was not the right one. I'll get to you in a second, Aaron. The Levo. Now, I've seen this little thing where it's an extractor. It makes shit. I've seen that. And you could do like tea and, basil and whatever, right? If I'm not mistaken. The Levo C. Let's see. Could mention how THC is turned into 11. I couldn't talk on that, brother. I don't know that kind of info, man. See, that's why I need you up in these shows. Ron, you got that info, man. My head don't work like that, brother. So you guys see it. 11-hydroxy THC is up to 5 times more potent. That's why edibles hit harder. Nice. Hey, but Aaron, wouldn't you think that because our liver processes it, wouldn't that be another reason why it would hit you harder? That's what I always went with. I didn't really think about this. Never even heard of this 11-hydroxy THC. Interesting, bro. See, holding out on me, man. Nice, Jeremy. Turbo. What's that? What's that, Aaron? What's it? Oh, I don't understand the source. Is that like a strain or something? Oh, no, that's Joe. Never mind. I was fucking mixing two things up. My bad. Oh, okay. Got you, brother. Got you. Okay, Source Turbo is a brand. Nice. Okay. So let's think about for me, like I was telling you, the cup of weed. When I did it, I took a cup of weed, I ground it all down, and I put it in my box, right? And I got some dry ice from the store. It's like, man, it's really cheap too. You get like 5 pounds for like $10. It's pretty cheap, but it goes fast. Like you have to use it that day. So anyway, I took my cup and I wanted to do a little experiment. I wanted to see how much keef I'd get out of it. And I shook it up really nice, not too long because you start getting, debris in there, but I shook it for probably about a minute. You could see a little bit of brown getting in the keef, and that meant that, hey, I'm probably overdoing it. So I measured that up, and it was 4 grams of keef. So for me, in the way I grow and the plants that I grow, I get 4 grams of keef out of 1 cup of or 18 grams of flour. So I know that I take 4 grams of my keef and I decarbonate that, and that's going to be the same amount that they required for the recipes that I used. You can always go 5, 10, 20 if you want, man. It's up to you. Or 2, 1. That's up to you what kind of medicine you guys want. Anybody else have any little tips or tricks as far as measurements or temperatures or how long or anything like that that may that anybody may want to play with? Bring it on, guys. Okay. Does anybody mix oil with honey? So from what I understand is if you put it in this magical butter type system and you have your cannabis in there and your honey and then you strain it, dude, this thing should be kicking your ass. It really should be kicking your ass. I can't imagine honey. Well, shit, if you put 4 grams or 4 grams worth of keef or, a cup of flour, I know them brownies slam the shit out of me. It's got to be working for you, brother. Something happened. Maybe. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I've never made honey, but that's next. Hey, what's up, Facebook user? Sea Greens Australia. Welcome. I'm not really sure, man. Anybody else got anything to say about how well oil will mix with honey? Longer and hotter the decarb, the more CBN will come out. I like decarbing 25 to 30 minutes. Okay. So Aaron's talking about decarbing. Hey, but Aaron, what temperature, brother? What temperature do you decarb at for 25 to 30? So Aaron decarbs 25 to 30 minutes, no longer. He says that the longer you go, the CBN is going to come out, which I believe the CBN is what's going to knock you out, right? Couch lock shit. Okay, so he goes 250 for 30 minutes. Okay. Oh, Joe goes 180. See, man, there's comments coming. So Aaron Proctor, 250 for 25 to 30 minutes. Nice. Okay. Good to know, brother. Thank you for that. Joe says 180. And Joe, how long, bro? Is it still an hour or you do it 30 minutes? What you got? It'll be more sedative. Okay, yes, that's what that CBN is going to do. Exactly. Got you. Okay, 180 to 220. Okay, cool. The butter infused better, more efficient than infusing honey. Okay. You know what, man? Let me get back to you on the honey. I don't necessarily, I've never done it, but I'm always eager to learn that kind of stuff. I have some medicinal honey now that does me pretty well. Thanks to Don Hudson. That mug squared me away. He does very well with this honey. And he knows what he's doing. So good on him for that. Okay, so you extended the time to 1 hour, Joe. Okay, good. I got you. Well, I say good. I mean, good on you. Whatever, man. Whatever works for y'all. But that 250, little extra heat, I can see what you got going on there, Aaron. I feel that. I feel it. All right, y'all. So any more questions? Maybe. Oh, man. Aaron Proctor said he made banana nut bread and infused butter. It was amazing. Yeah. Hey, so how much oil did you use in your banana nut bread, Aaron? And could you make the bread with the oil and also have the infused butter? That'd be nasty. I have no doubt. Okay. Interesting. You might be right, Bryant. It might be for the fat content. Huh. Yes, he does too. He uses a lot of flour, man. Absolutely. So, hey, man, what if you decarbonated keef, right? And then just mix that honey up with that keef, like really bad, like really well. Maybe that would be something. What was that? 2 tablespoons, 150 milligrams each. Of what, Aaron? Yeah, you're right, Joe. Like, what'd you do 2 tablespoons of, Aaron? Damn. I couldn't even look at 150 milligrams, bro. Oh, got you. I got you. I'm sorry, man. I'm not following that combo. My bad. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, that must have been some nasty bread, bro. Ooh. Simple syrup. Yeah. And like I said, folks, in here in this cookbook, man, they have like limoncello, like, I mean, all kinds. And I think it's in French too. I don't know whatever language that is, but yeah, it's something. Half the book is in that. Okay, we're there. Yeah, you make a nice little drink. I'd probably smash you. Oh, nice. Wow, you get it tested, bro. That's impressive, man. Oh, look at that. I don't know. I don't know, but it's here. Oh, it's the butter. The butter with the marshmallows and oh, that's probably stupid good. Yeah, man. Anyway, you if you got a little money to spend, you can get all kinds of cool stuff. Really? What state you in, Aaron? Dirty fuckers. Ours don't test. The only reason I know what my weed is when I was doing professional and I had it legit tested, so I knew everything was in it. Ah, Virginia. Huh. Interesting. I wish they'd do some stuff like that around here. They still worried about their $500 a pound weed, so that's why I grow my own. Cool, man. That's bitching. Is that now the T check? Is that little portable tester thing that we can all buy? That's kind of expensive. Just curious about that. Oh yeah, Luke. Rice Krispie treats, man. And you know what? I'll be making me some butter soon because I'm gonna have so much shit. I'm gonna have to use it. Hey guys, and in a couple of weeks here, we're gonna be doing a bubble hash run, okay? And so I'll do a live, sort of like when I trimmed all the bud and washed it and stuff. We'll do that. And hopefully Luke will be here and he can help me, and we'll be making some good hash. Should be fire, man. Really excited. I should have a few pounds to mess with, so should be a decent video. I think I have about maybe 2.5 pounds at the moment. I'm trying to get just a little bit more. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. You got any questions, man? Oh, really? T-check. So T-check is that tester that I was just talking about. Interesting. You know what? It might be worth my time to play around with that eventually. I'd love to know more. I mean, that's what medicine's all about. You got to know what you're smoking, what you're playing with, in my opinion. You guys like my little scoop? That's how I fill my hash pipes, dude. You know, as a matter of fact, I might go get after some of this Monster Skittle. This was a very, very good yield, very potent. She tasted great, and she got you super big. Yeah, exactly, Brian. You know, that way, you know what you're doing, man. You know what you're giving. Because I always give shit away, man. I'm a giver. Oh, I think Monster Skittles is on the menu tonight, suckers. You know what? Maybe the Alaskan Purple. Where you at, sucker? She was great too. Anybody else got a Keith collection? Come on now. I know somebody collects shit like I do. Yeah, it's Alaskan purple and Monsters Gittle Nut. That's for sure. Keep those suckers right there. Hell yeah. Oh, you got to shake it for 5 minutes. But, yeah, I think I would rather test the oils for potencies, man. It'll help me dose, Because, like, I'm sitting at about 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams a night of edibles. And I'd like to keep it right there. That way I don't have any hangover in the morning. Nice, Aaron. Yeah, dude, I got like jars out in my freezer. Yeah, man, I just love it. And they make stellar edibles, man. I'm telling you, it's too easy. You don't have all the debris, and it takes up less room. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I like having those options too, brother, with my flower. Yeah, I think I have maybe 4 or 5 different strains at the moment. I got 1, 2, 3 different strains about to be harvested, and 1, 2, 3 different strains about to go into flower. So yeah, man, it's always good to keep that going. That way you don't get bored, man. You know what I mean? You know what? Let me write that down, bro. So, okay, good question, Joe. So what I do, it depends on what I'm doing with it. Like most of the time when I keep things out, it's because I've had it around, haven't smoked all of it, got more stuff coming in. So I keep it out to get rid of the space. Damn, I got keef all over my computer. Oh shit, here we went. What'd I do? Okay, messing shit up. Anyway, so I use the fresh frozen for my hash. I like literally cut it off the stem after I've washed it, put it in bags and freeze it. This stuff has already been dried and cured, and so I know it's at its full potential, and it's been cured at the right, humidities. And so, because I make sure all my cannabis stays that way, because you want to enjoy it 4 months down the line too. And so, yeah, that's how I do it, man. With this is I dry it, the whole plant. I smoke it mostly. And after I'm done with it, I've had enough of it and I'm ready to resupply it. I'll keep all that out unless it's going to be for hash, bubble hash. Okay. Let me look at that. I just need to write that down, folks, and then I'll get on your question here real quick. Maxwell Bland T check Amazon. Okay, I'll check that out. Okay. Okay. And yeah, so when I'm using edibles, Joe, or when I'm making, decarbolating it and putting it into brownies and stuff, yes, it's always been cured. Well, damn it, I know I've seen that. Where was that question? Oh, okay. Maxwell is a member's name. Okay, Aaron, yeah, that's what I saw was you pressing some keef. So check it, man. I got to go behind the computer for a minute. I'll show you something. Hold up. All right. And so you got this little thing I bought on Amazon. It's called Kick, K-I-K vape, right? And so it's this machined thing, right? So you have this. You put this thin one on the bottom. You fill your stuff up with keef. right? And then you put this on it and you smash it as best you can. So what I do, I have like I put it in a vise. You can see all the little marks on it. I put it in vices. I've used C clamps. So yeah, you can do that. But what I do is I put this. What's up, Vince? I see you. And so what I do is I put this in the oven, right, at 350 degrees for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Make sure it's warm. You know, you got to have some gloves. You pull it out. You put all your, well, wrong way. You pour your keef in there, however many grams, and you put that on, and then you smash it and you let it sit until it cools. And then you have like that, it's halfway between that, the movable, bendable hash and keef. It's pretty good. A little bit harder to smoke though. But you can press this into a brick, and then you take your keef brick, right? This is what I do now. And you have one of those, it's a zester, like it's a professional zester. It looks like it's long and it has these sharp ass little things on it. And you would zest a lime or a lemon, right? Or orange or whatever you want. Well, I kept my fingers up, so I took it out for the hash. And so I zest the hash, and then I put it on top of a bowl, and it's a full melt. And it's the easiest way to smoke bubble hash that I've ever seen. I do make temple balls. That's just a little bit extra heat. And I guess that would be the way to say that when you've heated this up and smashed it down, it's halfway between a temple ball and regular bubble hash that's hard. Okay. But yeah, I like the temple balls because they're just kind of neat to look at, but they're really difficult to smoke in my opinion. That's why I like the dry stuff really hard, and you zest it with that zester. You just take your powder. It's almost like using keef again, but you've washed it and cleaned it. So, but yeah, pressing, man, is always a good thing. I have another one that makes these pucks. It's a round cylinder, and gosh, you could put a crap ton of keef in it. It just sits out in the shop. I don't use it too often. I do use it in unison with this, though. I'll put that in between that press and press it like that. That helps. Any other questions, y'all? Oh, really? Hey, yeah, and you can press bubble hash. That's what I've been doing too. Is I press that bubble hash out, but the heat helps the bubble hash to press better. Yes, but I also just wash my bubble hash, and after it dries, I don't even press it anymore unless I have one of those heated presses that would like do the live rosin, not the live rosin, whatever that gooey shit is. Can't remember, dab or whatever it's called. Can't remember. Yeah, there you go. Cool. But if I had one of those heat presses, I would do that with my bubble hash. That's I know I've seen this process happen, and it does make a difference. And if I really had the option, I'd have me a freeze dryer. Yes, sir. I would freeze dry my bubble hash. Yep. Got you. Fresh frozen. Feel you. I feel that. See, those are all those things I'm still learning. You know, fresh frozen, live rosin, all these different names that they come up. There's so many different options. But yeah. So if you take your bubble hash and do it in the freeze dryer, if you have $4,000, go buy yourself one. I don't. But you freeze dry it, and then you press it, and then you cold cure it, and it makes stuff I don't have. Yeah. It's really fire. And if you ever want some, just go find some of Native Veterans bubble hash, because it's worth it. Yeah. Oh man, I have notes for days, and look at my notepads, dude. Like legit, I got notepads everywhere, just filled up with shit. My head's so spacey about all this information that I have to write it down, and I still forget it. But yeah, any questions, y'all? Anything else that you need me to touch on as far as the decarboxlation or infusing it with oils? Don't forget, if you guys like coconut, I'm not a fan of coconut too much. So I don't use coconut oil, but that is the best oil to use. It's got the highest fat content apparently. And then next, I believe, is the olive oil. I don't think there's anyone that matches higher than that's number 1 and number 2. Well, Joe, it depends on what the note says. A lot of times I talk shit to myself, and so I throw them away. But if it's something cool, I'll put a note up somewhere else too, just to make sure I don't forget again. That's the truth. Right. Yeah. So, like I said, literally I'll talk shit to myself. Like, hey, you got to make sure you go do this. And clearly I lost the note and I'm mad at myself again. So I talk shit again. But all right. So T-check on Amazon. I'm going to check it out. Stars on like a board. You put stars up when you've completed the task, Joe. That's a hell of an option. What else, guys? You know what? Maybe sometime we do FICO. As a matter of fact, I'll just talk over FICO or RSO. High grain alcohol, I use Everclear, right? I use a bottle of Everclears. I don't know, it ain't much. You take a mason jar. Like if I had this, I'd fill that up to, with Everclear to there, right? But you'd grind the weed up. Make sure it's all broke up, at least broke up. Maybe not ground, but broke up. And then you fill it up to cover the weed and let it sit. Maybe shake it around every half hour. I've heard people leaving it for days. I've heard people leaving it for hours. But you take all that alcohol and you strain all your crap off of it, right? You strain all the debris out of it with a sieve or whatever you want to call it. And then you put it in what I used was a rice cooker. All right. The rice cooker kept a certain temperature and it boiled it, but didn't boil it too much. And so you have all your alcohol in there and you have all your cannabis, stuff. It's like a green liquid. It's real pretty. But now you're burning off all the alcohol and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And you got to keep stirring it towards the end. That way you keep. And then I seen somebody throw some water in it. I don't know what that's about. I never did it. And then you keep stirring it until you get all the alcohol out of there and it's the thickness that you want. Then you take some syringes and you suck up your syringe. And now you have medicine. You take, if it's really potent, you can take like up to a grain of rice worth and go night-night. As you work at it, you can be taken up to a pea size or maybe even the whole syringe. My sister legit takes, or when she was doing FICO or RSO, she was taking 2 syringes a day. Yeah. So some people have higher tolerances. So Joe, okay, Aaron, the lower the soak time in alcohol is supposed to give less chlorophyll. Okay, that makes sense. And so the longer it soaks, the more green, which it does turn absolutely green. And I assume that would be the chlorophyll. Okay. And then Joe's saying the water helps the alcohol evaporate. Good to know. I was wondering why they did that, but it made sense because it was beautiful what they did. Okay. All right. And you know what? I trust that, Aaron. That makes perfect sense. It truly does. And so if you break up your weed good enough and you shake it around vigorously, you're going to get all them cannabinoids, or I'm sorry, the trichomes to dissolve into that stuff. So, man, I'd really like to know what the best time would be. Okay. Wow. Well, that's extra. How's the cleanup on that, Bryant, with the cheese grater attachment on your KitchenAid? Dang. You know what? I had one of those magic bullets. This thing right here. I had one of these magic bullets, right? And that's how I was going to grind up all my little popcorn buds so I could make pre-rolls. Well, didn't that thing turn into dust? And what a pain in the ass. You couldn't smoke it. It was like it just resined up like a brick. So, yeah, that was a mistake on a 1/4 pound of weed. Okay, right in the dishwasher. Nice. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, shoot, we're sitting at about an hour, man. It was really good messing with y'all. I hope y'all learned something. We're going to have more of these things. I want to stick a little bit more towards the educational side. I feel like I might have been slacking a little bit on that. But some things become old hat, you know, and I need to know, guys, if you need to know some stuff, right? Particulars, man, I'm telling you, if it's just something simple like even defoliating again, if you need to know it, let me know. I will do a show for it. Literally, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but if you guys need to know about it, I need to know that too. Okay, guys, so help me out, please. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying, man. Thank you, Aaron. All right, y'all. So until next time, man. You know, guys, don't or feel free to reach out to me too with this too. You don't have to do it on here. Message me independently. That doesn't mean you have to come on. I know, because I always ask. But anyway, guys, just let me know what you guys want to talk about. Okay, guys. All right. So until next time, y'all. Happy growing.